Hey there, Ken Zorvich, NFM Lending. Hope you're having an excellent start to your weekend. So, I don't know about you, but I've been pouring through as many predictions as I can for the year 2025 when it comes to real estate, when it comes to interest rates, when it comes to the economy. And the reality is, like I've said before in other videos, nobody really knows. If they did, they definitely wouldn't tell you because they would go make all the money by themselves. So the prediction season is fun, but it also, I like to get kind of a baseline of where people think we're headed. And so we can always go back and revisit it when it plays out. But there's one prediction I have, and I think it stays true with any market, and especially this one for next year is if you're going to buy real estate, you need a plan. Now, my biggest gripe right now in the mortgage industry and with a lot of the lenders that advertise on Super Bowls and a lot of these well-known lenders is they're trying to make this process faster. And I don't mean the closing process. I mean the pre-approval process. They advertise we can pre-approve you in 15 minutes. We can do this, this, and this without you ever talking to anyone. And the one thing I say to clients all the time is listen, the pre-approval part is not that difficult. Okay. What's difficult is the plan. How are we going to prepare you to make the best financial decision? Okay. If I pre-approve someone for say 650,000, are they sure they want to be pre-approved for 650,000? Would they prefer to have something a little bit lower, a little bit higher? Like you need a plan. Okay. So here's my prediction for everyone that wants to buy real estate in 2025 as far as the best way to approach it. And that starts with step one, you need to have a conversation. I've found that with clients over time, they call me with a lot of anxiety. In fact, if you're a realtor and you're seeing this, you probably wonder why has this person told me they're going to reach out to the lender and get pre-approved and they haven't. The reality is there's a lot of anxiety to take that first step because we are the cold harsh reality. Okay, realtors and shopping for real estate is fun and exciting and sexy and it's a good time. You get to scroll online, you get to look at stuff that gets posted, you get to go drive around, go to open houses. We are the cold, harsh reality. So things become real once we get involved. And that's a tough next step for people to take because living in reality and what if, and then to meet me changes the game. So the first thing you need to do is have a conversation. I always say, and if you've done a loan with me before, I may have sent this to you, if you've sent me a client before, that applications are for clients. We may not be there yet ready to do an application. So let's have a conversation so that we can figure out what are just some high level questions or logistics that you need to have answers to or you need information on in order to know if you should take the next step. Okay. So we want to do that. Step two would be get a thorough review done of your financials, your credit, and your assets. Okay. Once you know you want to get pre approved, submit, have faith, just dive deep into the process. Because what you want to know is that there's no reason that a lender could see right now today why you won't be able to buy whenever you're ready. And look, the way we treat the pre-approval process is once the heavy lifting's done, as long as you remain status quo with the things that we reviewed at the time of your pre-approval, there's no reason to think that's not going to be there in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, whenever you're ready to pull the trigger on a property. But if you're prepared now, two things happen. One is you can identify things that you may not think were a problem. I had a gentleman 2 weeks ago, 800 credit score, made high six-figure salary, had a lot of money to put down. We found a reason why he wouldn't qualify. So it's not always a slam dunk. He thought he was a slam dunk. It's not always a slam dunk. But guess what? He wasn't in a huge rush. We figured out a way to solve the issue. It took us about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and now he's back on track. You don't want to find that issue out when you're under contract. You'll potentially lose money or lose the property and have to cancel, and you don't want that to happen. You want to know when you're going under contract that it's not if, it's when you're going to close. Okay. Then finally, after you've completed the initial talk, the initial review, we always do a detailed consultation. I like to go through information about the market. I like to go through numbers. I like to talk about what happens when an offer goes out. These are all things that you need to have and be prepared for so that by the time we're done with that consultation, you are now ready to be a buyer, not a shopper. And that's the difference, right? You need to be ready to buy so that when you walk into a property, you're not saying to yourself, oh, this is really nice. I wonder how much it is. I wonder what my payments are. I wonder what the taxes are. No, 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 no. We want you walking into a property saying, I could see hosting Thanksgiving here. I could see the kids playing over here. I could see having a party here one time. Like that's the type of offensive mindset we like to make our clients have. And you can't do that in 15 minutes just sending you a pre approval. You have to talk these things out. And look, as I said before, once you complete this, whether you buy in a month, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, take your time. Wait for the market to come to you. If you're someone that likes to go through a bunch of properties, drive around a neighborhood, look at them online, even identify neighborhoods and see if you want to be there so that when the time comes, you don't have to see 150 properties to know if you want to buy something. Maybe you have to see 5 or 6 and you're ready to go because you know the area, you know what's on the market, and you working in conjunction with your agent on that. So listen, hopefully this information was useful. As I said, 2025, have a plan. If you want to talk about this further, please feel free to reach out. Make sure you get in some time with some friends and family this weekend. And as always, I want to be in this business. If you know someone looking to purchase finance, please think of me. Have a great weekend.